NJROTC Unit, Oxford High School, is formed and ready to conduct the ceremony, ma'am.
Very well. Host.
Aye, ma'am.
Naval Reserve Officer Training Corps Unit, College of Holy Cross, arriving. Senior Naval Science Instructor, Naval Junior ROTC Unit, Oxford High, arriving.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Mr. Kevin Wells, Principal of Oxford High School and the NJROTC Coordinator for the Oxford School District, Mr. David Nugent, Assistant Principal, Mr. Alan Himmelberger, our Superintendent of Schools, Mrs. Patricia DeWitzik, Chairperson, and Mr. Bill Spitz, Vice Chairperson, Mr. Mark Peterson, Mrs. Brenda Ennis, and Mrs. Laura Coonan, all of the Oxford School Committee, and the cadets of the NJROTC Unit of Oxford High. I'd like to welcome Commander John Bishop, Acting Commanding Officer of the NJROTC Unit, College of Holy Cross in Worcester, and all our guests for tonight's passing review ceremony. As always, it is a great honor for so many of you to take your time to come here and support the cadets tonight. Before we start, I'm going to ask everybody to do something special. Please turn off or put to vibrate any of your personal cell phones or beepers that you've got, so that for a few short hours, I'm hoping less than 2, the technology does not put a rude damper on this evening's events and special cadet recognitions that are about to happen, and it won't disrupt special cadet team performances prepared with much enthusiasm and effort over the past several weeks. I would also like to take this moment to pass on best wishes to all the cadets from Mrs. Brenda Ennis, who passed her regrets and could not be here this evening. We will now proceed with this evening's events, and she knows that she will do well. Will the guests and everyone please rise? With hats in hands and hands over hearts, let us open tonight's ceremony by first honoring our country in the parading and presentation of our national colors. CO Parade Colors.
for all gathered here this evening. We thank you for giving each cadet the courage to dare to be different, the courage to challenge ourselves to both follow higher and more meaningful standards, the courage to overcome peer pressures and their apathy, and the courage to pursue new heights of personal excellence in academic and unit activities. Shower your blessings on all gathered here, especially our upperclassmen and past graduates who are still come back and work with us. They have taught us so much to prepare for this upcoming year already. We ask that you also continue to favor and rekindle the appointed cadet leadership and renewed and enthusiastic drive as we continue the school year under the unique mantle of responsibilities tonight. On this special evening, we ask everyone to pause and offer a moment of silent tribute for these two reasons. First, remember all the men and women of our armed forces who are serving across the globe in the global war on terror. And second, we remember all graduates of the NJROTC program of Oxford High School who have all volunteered to place themselves in harm's way on behalf of all our citizens. For remember that all citizens' armed forces came to be beginning in 1947. We know the Oxford High School alumni and former cadets who have served or are now serving tours in Afghanistan, Iraq, Japan, Germany, and across our nation. And there are those in college pursuing their dreams of becoming an officer. Several, not an overwhelming majority, of past OHS and NJROTC graduates are serving with distinction across the nation and globe in their volunteer services. Many have returned home safe to start their new careers, others continue in the armed forces. A career path followed not only of economic necessity, but of deliberate and thoughtful choices. We ask you, Lord, to put your hands around these men and women and their families and protect them and protect us and all the freedoms we cherish as Americans in our time of need. Please also watch over and protect our instructors and every teacher and administrator in Oxford always. We ask in your name, amen.
Retire the colors.
Aye, aye, men. Counter march, march. Forward, march. Counter march, march. Colors of order, colors.
Officers, return. Swords. Company, all out for seats.
Everyone, please be seated. Mayor Bishop, Senator Moore, Representative Frost, distinguished members of the Board of Selectmen, in this case, Mr. Lamont and others that I have not seen hiding in the stands, members of the school committee, Superintendent Himmelberger, members of our Oxford Regional Veterans Organizations, faculty and staff of Oxford High School, parents, friends, former cadets, and many supporters. On behalf of the young men and women before you, we welcome you again to the annual inspection and pass and review ceremony. Today, the union undergoes what we call an off-site or guest inspector's inspection, rotated with the area manager inspections in alternating years. Despite having this inspection now, we know full well that the area manager inspection will come less than 6 months from now in this coming November. Since arriving shortly after 1 o'clock, Mayor Bishop's been given a briefing by the cadet staff, and for the first time in 14 years, we've been allowed to have administrators sit in and observe the briefing that the cadets have always run before without any assistance from the instructors. He's been briefed on the unit's activities, its accomplishments, its goals, and progress this year. He has toured and inspected our classrooms, scrutinized our supply and administrative systems, looked over our academic programs, our large uniform and controlled equipment inventories, reviewed financial accounts and processes, looked at cadet activities and community service records, and have gone into many other areas. Within the past hour, he completed a complete uniform and appearance evaluation on each and every cadet here. At the culmination of today's events, and we truly believe this is the fun part of the day, the cadets anxiously wait to demonstrate their championship armed and unarmed exhibition drill teams, the competition color guards, and a special first-year cadet team. And then we finally do a passing review for grades. Most of your cadets have worked very hard to prepare for today's inspection and ceremony. Cadet accomplishments for this school year alone are again too numerous to review individually, and many national program awards are highlighted in the ceremony program that we presented to everybody for your information. Our annual awards banquet conducted after the end of the school year will address many more cadet awards and will allow Commander Bishop a chance to depart at a reasonable hour tonight to prepare for his class at the institutional lacrosse tomorrow. Thus, due to this inspection's late timing in the school year and relative proximity to the end of the year's awards banquet, we're going to be deliberately limiting how many awards we put out tonight to selected advancements, exemplary personal appearance ribbons, and some surprises. Our regular National Community Service recognition in the form of Presidential Youth Service Awards will also be presented later in the year when received. We'll now proceed with cadet demonstrations. Parade the first-year cadet demonstration team. Senior Chief and I are blessed to have another enthusiastic group of first-year cadets enrolled. Several really motivated freshmen jumped at the chance to become part of the drill team and the color guard, and in doing so not only gained experience for themselves, but they became league champions. And a few stepped in to learn the operations of the unit and help with a host of things that need to be done within the NJROTC program by the cadets. Many have said they want to take advantage of the NJROTC experience as well as try to get the college credits that are now awarded for each one of our courses. Now, at their request, the first-year cadets that came up with this idea have asked to insert an abbreviated demonstration of basic drill maneuvers for grades so that they, even if rookies, feel that they could accept a direct role for the grade for this inspection today. And I think that's really cool. While the routine is short, listen closely for responses and watch how well they do. I would ask Commander Bishop if he would please, for these drill demonstrations, take the head judge position here at Senate Court and take the team's reports, which I can. Right here, sir. The first-year cadets will be commanded by sophomore Catherine S. Shaw. Cadet Commander, take the floor.
Aye, sir. Squad, attention. Left face. About face. Over, march. Mark time, march. Squad, halt. Right face. About face. Present arms. Commander, Oxford High School, NJROTC, first year cadet basic drill team. Request permission to use your drill deck. Commander.
Carry on.
Aye, aye, Commander. Order, arms. Left face. At ease. Squad, attention. Left face. Parade rest. step, march. Left, 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 right. To the rear, march. Eyes, right. Ready, run. Squad, halt. Right face. Squad dismissed.
Grade the unarmed exhibition drill team.
Aye, aye, sir.
Tonight we're going to open up with the unarmed exhibition team, one of 13 variations of drill teams that Oxford fields in the course of the school year. In the 2009-2010 school year, this and the remaining drill teams really excelled once again. They competed against 16 schools in October at the 3rd Annual Liberty and Union Invitational Tournament down in Taunton, Massachusetts, and opened the season with multiple trophy awards in their 8 events, and ultimately a second-place finish, a mere 0.3 of 1 point behind a top-win English Marine Corps Junior ROTC school. These same pirate teams then went on to continue practice, refine routines, and then went on to dominate the Southern New England Drill League, setting new team benchmarks and league records. Oxford routinely competed in 8 events per meet against 10 junior ROTC units from Army and Air Force groups in 5 meets hosted at Coventry, Rhode Island, Stamford, Connecticut, and New York City, Newport, Rhode Island, Troy, New York, and Springfield, Mass. At the final meet of the season in Springfield, Oxford was recognized during Best of School of League Season and awards in all 8 events we entered at each meet, capturing 4 first and 4 second place finishes overall for the season, one of the best league seasons in our unit's history. It was no surprise when the Pirates competed as the top school, finishing first place overall as the league's best school of season in both the unarmed and armed divisions, and as the best school of season for armed and unarmed inspections, armed regulation, and unarmed color guard. In fact, Oxford has continued a 6-year run of divisional championship titles that began in 2003 when these awards started. Mr. Wells was present to see his students call forward to receive 16 and possible 19 trophy awards that day, and shared a lot of smiles and laughs with family and friends who traveled to cheer on their cadets, and that group was more than 40 total.
Oxford. Forward. Fire.
That was a great ending to a great season. Tonight's first demonstration will be by the unarmed team, painted by David Kuhn.
NJROTC, unarmed exhibition team from Oxford, Massachusetts. Request permission to use your drill deck. Sir.
Carry on.
Thank you, sir.
Parade the Armed Exhibition Drill Team.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Next up, we'll have the Armed Exhibition Team demonstrating a special choreographed routines used in both the league and national competition. Once it catches his breath, it will be like the unarmed team demo, the armed exhibition means everything presented in pre-played form. And all the steps are choreographed by the team and its coach and refined. No two shows and 5 events are the same during the season. It should be obvious that the teams are hard to develop, practice, perfect, and refine, especially when including that you're spinning and maneuvering a 9.5 pound demilitarized, welded, barrel cemented World War II rifle. Armed Exhibition underwent some serious modification this year, and the changes helped our team improve on what we accomplished last year. All the moves and interactions have to make sense and still fit within time constraints established for each meet, and yes, there is a time limit. Ultimately, this team earned itself the second place overall final standing amongst all the league teams this year. That is, in our 14-year history, Oxford's best showing ever in competition of this nature. Their stellar efforts were a key factor in Oxford also winning the overall Armed Division title as well. Senior Cadet Jason Green will now lead this team through its paces.
Oxford, order, up! Over, up! Commander, Oxford High School NJROTC, Armed Pirate Exhibition Team from Oxford, Massachusetts. Request permission to use your drill deck, Commander. Thank you, Commander. Exhibition Team from Oxford, Massachusetts. Request permission to leave your drill deck. Commander.
Very well.
Thank you, Commander.
She's been doing this way too long. She's been doing this too long. She knows more about it than anybody.
Parade the unarmed color guard teams. For parade, special public appearances, and other events like the opening ceremonies for Oxford home sports games and games, say for like the Boston Red Sox, the 2009 American Hockey League All-Star Game hosted by the Worcester Sharks, or special services conducted by the Auburn Elks, and even the Oxford and Worcester parades, we field the color guard ranging from 4 to 16 members large. In St. Patrick's Day Parade of March 14th, just last week, Holy Cross took top color guard in the parade, leading the way. Oxford is right behind his best marching unit in the whole parade. That's the third year in a row that these students have won that award. There's something between these It's rather impressive for both our groups to repeat when that feat is matched against all the adult marching units of Massachusetts' second largest parade, and under strong wind conditions that had me worried that some of the girls were going to end up in Paxton carrying the flags, and then soaking rain conditions to turn jackets into sponges. Appearance requests for our performing color guard continue this year. We're going to have more opportunities to appear for sports franchises and old friends in Worcester and Boston in the coming months, as well as helping veteran ceremonies not only in Oxford, but in Webster, Dudley, and Worcester as well. For regulation competitions in the Southern New England Drill League and invitational meets, the competitive color guard is restricted to 4 people. The team competes using procedures having to use the Army's field manual by league rules. We field both an armed and unarmed color guard. Our teams this year again were co-ed. They made a superb showing of themselves again, reestablishing Oxford as one of the league's best. Sophomore Catherine Shaw took charge in her rookie year for the unarmed color guard and led her team of Caleb McCarthy, Jason Green, and Jess Rodier to 5 consecutive first-place finishes, the first undefeated season in the league in 4 years. The last school to do it, Oxford. They also took best school of league season in that event. On the armed side, Jess Rodier commanded the armed color guard. The first 2 meets, we ended up in second place, and she and her team of Jay Green, Harry Nelson, and Angela Richardson worked harder, and they pulled off 2 consecutive first place against Coventry High School, who was last year and for the last 5 years the Air Force National Champion color guard. For the first time in our league history, that set up the first dead heat walk even source games going into the final meet of the season between our 2 schools. Ultimately, Oxford took a second place in the event by a couple of points and second place overall in the league, but it doesn't make me any less proud of them. We gave the national champs a run for their money, and we know where we go. Our great point of pride is that despite the team setups, several underclassmen stepped in to start learning the ropes to prepare to take over for next season already. Bottom line here is that our teams exceeded our initial expectations and team goals. Tonight, due to the great level of interest in color guard and near perfect season our team's experienced cadets have once again elected to demonstrate a mirror presentation using 2 teams, using the same routines with alternating commanders. In order to allow more cadets on the floor, we devised the 2 teams to have members of each team involved, including a new freshman and sophomore making their inaugural appearance here. To my right, when they come out, will be the core of the undefeated unarmed color guard commanded by Kat Shaw with my rookies. And then to my left, the original armed color guard will be commanded by Jess Rodier. Both will perform Southern New England Drill League routines simultaneously while alternating commander commands. Both will demonstrate unique casing and uncasing precision maneuvers. The routines are graded precisely on team alignment, match rifle positions, unity of steps, unity of movement, especially in turns. Oxford's color guard also uses a flag order to be flown on every Navy ship since 9/12/2001. the Navy's first Jack, and some say the first battle flag flown off New England during the early part of the Revolutionary War. It is the Don't Tread on Me flag, and that flag flies on every Navy ship and every installation today. Needless to say, by nature it's designed, it's a big hit whenever the team uses it, especially if you have a Navy or Marine Corps judge. Color Guard commanders, you are ready for your demonstrations.
Ordnance, sir.
Take the floor.
Order. Arms.
As I said before, the first team before you is the Armed Color Guard that earned Oxford.
For second place overall in the league, they in turn will do a small dwarfing. And the second group is then your undefeated unarmed color guard, best league of the season. Color guard commanders, you may exit the floor when done, and after you've introduced yourselves to the crowd. There are your undefeated champions, ladies and gentlemen.
Harry, colors. Left wheel, march. Forward, march. Colors, halt. Order, colors. Right, base. Port arms. Forward, march.
There was a part of this program that said you could look out and see everybody with a gold aglet. I think somebody missed a step in this. So, without further ado, I would ask everybody who has been on the drill team and or color guard this year, even though the aglets are not out, I know they're on the table downstairs, please stand up to be recognized from the audience. Anybody in the audience who's also been part of our national championship teams or the formal drill team or color guard member, take a stand. Good grouping tonight. I need a supply petty officer here right now. I need a supply officer right now. Our drill teams and color guard and other teams and activities have been generously supported by many agencies locally, regionally, and even nationally. Many of these organizations wish to remain anonymous. And to save time this evening, we've tried to compile a list of every group, organization, special individual who either made donations, conducted a benefit, sponsored awards for our cadets, or helped us get to the Nationals in past years. We did, in fact, try to get back to the Nationals this year. We did have a miracle in progress of having an airplane, and then Haiti happened. No complaints. The airlift was diverted, and we'll try again next year. The listing for our local, regional, national support network is in your program tonight. Once again, we pray we've not inadvertently missed someone, because as we try to think of everybody who's helped us, the network is really incredible. Since they are in attendance, I would like to extend our thanks to members of the Executive Committee of the American Legion Department of the State of Massachusetts, who helped specifically help color guard and drill team attend the Nationals in the past. We're pleased that we were called by the former state commander of the American Legion, a member of the Executive Council based in Boston, Mr. Tom Shoemaker, who passes his regrets but will join us at the end of the year banquet. If our VFW and American Legion post number 58 personnel are here, thank you from the kids. You guys have been generous beyond all means to our group every year. The cadets are proud to represent your post, this town, in the Commonwealth whenever we hit the rails. Thanks again to our local and state officials, the elected folks like Senator Moore, Representative Frost, our selectmen, members of the board of, the school board, and so on. You provide an incredible array of support, verbally, morally, mentally, and enthusiastically to keep these kids going. They love to see people smile when they're on the streets, and they love to hear that they're doing good things. You are a reason they keep doing it. We'd like to especially thank the generous grants provided in our past over 10 years until it stopped because of economic conditions from the Swansky Blood Trust Fund, and the enthusiastic continued support of the Swansky family itself. Last but not least, I'm going to extend our deepest thanks to all the parents who spend long days rising up early to bring their cadets to practices, watch them in ceremonial color guards, will travel literally hundreds of miles to our meets and cheer us on, wear your t-shirts and polo shirts with pride from Newport to Stamford, to New York City to Albany, and beyond. And some of you we know in the past drove all the way to watch your children march and win championships in Montgomery, Alabama. Your support is part of the magic that makes all things run smoothly. We cannot do what we do without such steadfast support and dedication. From helping with travel and transport to simply creating snacks for teens who worked with me this weekend. And a small band worked hard to cover all the bases to prepare for tonight. Thanks also for your year-end efforts to continue to help us maintain self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency allows us to purchase our own equipment, consumables, and other services to support not only drill and color guard, but precision air rifle teams, the academic teams, and now the physical fitness team. We're also able to purchase cadet classroom materials, assist needy students, help the school certain ways, and fulfill many other unit and cadet needs, and even donate some items to the school and to the local food pantry on our own. For all this and more, the cadets and instructors are deeply grateful and indebted to you. I have one cadet advancement tonight. So what I'm going to do is ask this one individual to come up. She has done everything asked of her, completed the extensive oral and written qualification cards. I'm going to ask that you hold your applause till she gets up here, because otherwise I think she'll be blushing with embarrassment. So I'm going to ask Jess Royer to come up front and center for promotion to cadet, the rank of Cadet Lieutenant Commander by Commander Bishop, who will be assisted by Oxford's NJROTC Coordinator, Principal Kevin Wells. She's doing her job. She's downstairs, and I don't want to miss her advance to go get her. That's why they're stirring. Recognize cadets chosen by our inspecting officer for meritorious award of the Exemplary Personal Appearance Ribbon. This award is normally only earned twice a year by 100% participation in all weekly uniform days and at Oxford achievement inspection grades for uniforms of 95% or higher. The cadets who have been chosen tonight for their outstanding personal appearance and performance, not only for their role in tonight's inspection, but also during the school year and in other ceremonies. We ask that you please hold your applause until all cadets have received their award. And remember, none of them know who's been selected. So, now I do have the medals. I'm going to ask Commander Bishop to be joined by our superintendent, Mr. Himmelberger, and Mr. Wells. and help pass these out with Senior Chief as they come up. Cadets form to my left in single file. Following cadets front and center for presentation. Rachel Tremaine, the entire color guard of Danielle Giard. Kayla McCarthy, Nicholas Ravelli, Catherine Shaw, Jacqueline Green. This way, please. Angela Richardson, Harry Nelson, Megan Coonan, Laura Holmes, Brittany Glott, Benjamin Domi, Tabor Malva, Maria Doherty, and Jason Green.
Squad, hand salute! Ready to...
Ladies and gentlemen, there's are your exemplary personal appearance recognitions.
Ready to... Squad, follow!
This year, one of the long-term goals of the unit was to expand participation in what we call postal competitions. Those include air rifle, academic, physical fitness, and even orienteering competitions. Postals are unique in that teams conduct the competition locally as directed by a host school who can exist anywhere on the planet. And then we get to perform it here and then mail in targets, forms, or times for analysis by the host school. And then they can figure out on a national and even global local level who are the winners of certain prizes. And they include not only Navy Junior ROTC, but we do it for all the ROTCs, including those overseas in Europe, Central America, and the Western Pacific. This year, Oxford expanded its entries into sport or beginner rifle postals, including participation in the annual National Secretary of the Navy Air Rifle Competition. Our teams expanded their energies and likewise entered nearly 25 students from 5 teams into the National Junior ROTC Academic Exam by postal means. And this granddaddy of all tests, and may well have been this year over 1,700 teams. We anxiously await the results of that. Last but not least, we had a competitive physical fitness team that entered several postals, and they have so far exceeded our expectations. All postal competitions have their own difficulties and challenges that cadets need to overcome in each match. There's been a motivation factor required for participants to do better, let alone strive to earn a piece of personal hardware, something that I think it appears that all teams and all units, not just ours, really like to do, and Oxford cadets can confirm my observation. As luck would have it, since we went to print our program last week, over the last 48 hours we received award packages from both schools for presentations to our cadets, so I'm going to fold them in tonight. I've also recalled one set of medals that we thought was safe last Thursday on Uniform Day so they could be added for presentation in front of family and friends tonight. So it just so happens there at least has to be sets of medals for both air rifle, the really fabulous struck medal by the host school down in Carolina, an academic and physical fitness exam. As I call cadets' names, and most of you don't know this is coming, I'm going to ask that they form up to my left along the blue line in simple sequence by name, and they will be presented their medals by Commander Bishop, Senior Chief Borland, and Mr. Nugent. Medalists for the Hilton Head Island, South Carolina High School Seahawk Naval Junior ROTC Air Rifle Challenge. Top scorer overall amongst all 10 Oxford shooters, Team Captain John Lansing. Second highest scorer of all Oxford shooters, freshman Adam Carey. DMC Derby, NJROTC in Fall River, Massachusetts, 2009 Holiday Physical Fitness Challenge. Top male combined fitness scores between mile, curls, sit-ups, push-ups, stretch, Tabor Mountain. Top female combined fitness scores between mile run, curls, sit-ups, push-ups, and stretch, Catherine Shaw. Southwold High School NJROTC Current Events and Academic Challenge. Top Oxford scores for each cadet team of 5 people. Each team was represented with the top scorer. Catherine Shaw gets a second medal tonight in that competition, in addition to Laura Holmes, Jacqueline Green, Jason Green, and believe it or not, second highest score of all our kids, Adam Pillar. Well done.
Gentlemen, there are your medalists. This wasn't part of the program originally, but this showed up in the mail, and I'd like to share with you a very brief letter and a certificate, and show to you a very small flag. This flag has, in my opinion, great significance tonight. This letter comes from a member of the Department of the Air Force out at LUDA Indian Air Base in Qatar in the Persian Gulf. It's dated 22 February. And it says, "Dear Mike and the cadets, greetings from the big sandbox. I've been thinking of you all since I got here and saw Navy EP-3 planes as part of our mission. I met some of the pilots and asked them to fly a flag for the unit while they were out doing a mission helping save lives. Not only did they fly it, they opened the box, made sure it was spread out, and even put it out the window when they landed, just to make sure it got its rightful rating. And they did it all while performing a mission that I can't talk about. Navy first class all the way. I hope this flag, when it gets to your classroom, reminds everyone in good health and surviving the winter. It has begun to hit high 80s and 70s at night, but other than that, all seems well. Since leaving at Christmas, I've traveled to Afghanistan and Iraq and other places I can't mention, and have another trip coming home before coming home in May. The sights of the mission have been nothing more than incredible. Enjoy this flag and remember its importance. The air crew that flew it are extremely proud of what they do, and they're extremely proud to make you a national championship group part of their mission. Continue all your good work in making Oxford High and the community proud of you. When it's over, you will have accomplished great goals that you never knew you could, and for this, you will be a much stronger person. Carry on, and best of all to everyone, and a couple of quote rings of the bell too. That's signed by our former principal, Lieutenant Colonel David H. Granger of this high school, who's out there now. With the flag and that letter comes the school certificate. And I'm going to leave it on the table, everybody can read, but it's really touching. And it's got a picture of what's going on over there. And it's got a title across the top, United States Navy. It's got a picture of the airplane that actually flew the flag. And there's names in here of 5 officers and 5 senior enlisted, so I know what that airplane does, but we won't mention what it does, but it's significant. So the certificate reads this, and I'll leave it at that before introducing our guest. So that all shall know this flag was flown in the face of the enemy, illuminated in the light of darkness by the light of justice, and bears witness to the removal of terrorist forces threatening the freedom of the United States of America here and around the globe. It was flown with great pride and honor in the skies over Iraq on 16 February 2010 by Patrol Squadron 1 Combat Air Crew 8 from Detachment Al-Udeid, Qatar, in direct combat support of operations on the ground in Operation Iraqi Freedom. This is to be presented to the Oxford High School Naval Junior ROTC. It says, quote, "The best way to honor those that died and were injured on September 11th is to go where our nation sends us in the global war on terrorism and bring to justice those responsible for the attacks," end quote. The American people can rest assured that the members of Patrol Squadron 1 are committed to doing just that. I'm extremely proud that that group and Colonel Brandon remembered us. It was a very touching presentation. And to have that aircraft fly the flag off to find someplace downstairs to make sure that's on proper display for everybody. The aircraft on this flag is linked to our VIP. Commander Bishop is also our keynote speaker tonight. This is his inaugural inspection for our school. Highlights of his very distinguished military career provided in the biography contained in the program on the center page. He is a very distinguished naval officer who has enjoyed multiple sea and shore command assignments, serving our Navy and our nation primarily in the P-3C, what we call the Orion aviation community, both at home and overseas, operating, and more importantly, training officer and enlisted personnel on how to operate that highly sophisticated aircraft. His personal awards and staff assignments are significant. Over the past several weeks, he's been an enthusiastic, energetic, and totally supportive planner in setting up tonight with me, and I deeply appreciate that he considered my request on a short fuse under new rules this year, not only to come up within a month, but also to allow the superintendent, principal, and several school committee members to possibly sit in and observe a cadet briefing, because the rules in the past have always said that none of the instructors are supposed to be there. Despite the pace, I trust that you have had a very busy but informative day with us and enjoyed it. In the interest of maintaining our schedule to allow Commander Bishop a chance to depart at a reasonable time, I'm simply going to say welcome back to Oxford, sir. And the cadets and the instructors are honored to have you as our guest inspector. It's my distinct pleasure to introduce Commander John Bishop, United States Navy.
Senator, Representative, Selectmen, all the other distinguished visitors, to Harold and Phyllis, Good to see you from Treasure Valley. Glad to see you here. And to the moms and dads and brothers and sisters and friends, I'm glad you could join for a wonderful junior NJROTC year. Just have a few things to say. This is my fourth inspection of the Navy junior NJROTC unit, and they set the bar pretty high. And really this is to you, even though a few comments might sound a little bit like me, but it's not. It's really about you. The support that the school provides, and this is to the superintendent and the school officials, thank you very much for supporting a great group of kids out here. Madam Administrator and Signature Gordon, my kudos to both of you for doing a great job. Just want to say, I was really excited when Commander asked me to come tonight and be with you. This is from a country kid that grew up in the Midwest, small town. In fact, my town was so small, I came to a town like Oxford just for excitement. Pretty small town. My graduating class was about the same size as Oxford. A little over 100 students. And at that time, back a few years ago, less than a third of us had the opportunity to go on to college. Even fewer still managed to get through and graduate. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I knew that I didn't want to stay in Mount Comfort, Indiana for the rest of my life. I wanted to do something more. And we didn't have the opportunity of the junior NJROTC program to help us get focused and to sort of get us on a good path towards becoming good and model citizens. And I see that in every one of you out there. You're on track becoming good and model citizens. And I think everybody over on this side of the basketball court knows that too. After I decided, and with a little help from my mom and dad, to keep pursuing my dreams, I went on to college and graduated from a state university in Indiana. Went to work in steel mills. Decided fairly quickly that I didn't want to do that. So I started looking around and I joined the Navy. The organization I went through wasn't the Naval Academy. But I went through Aviation Officers Candidate School a long time ago. I didn't even know what most Navy airplanes looked like. And I knew that I wanted to do something more and to see more of the world than what I was seeing in central Indiana. And my challenge to you is continue to pursue your dreams. I've been to maybe 35 countries in my 27 years in the Navy. Some were pretty nice, some not so nice, but I got to see the world. My family, traveled with me through a large portion of that. I spent 12 consecutive years overseas. After living in Hawaii, Japan, England, and Italy, I finally came home here to central Massachusetts. I have to be honest, I didn't know where Worcester was when they offered me the job. But I did know what Holy Cross, where Holy Cross was. I knew it was in Massachusetts, and I knew it was a great school. So given the opportunity, I was very happy to come back here and become a Massachusetts resident. So anyway, the point being of all this, though, I've had a great career in the Navy. I know the commander has too. We've talked several times about some of our experiences. And whether or not your future is about going on to college, to community college, or junior college, or to Worcester State, or some other school, or joining the military. And I know I talked to a couple of you out there during the inspection, and several of you are going into the military. My hat's off to those of you that pursue that. It's not an easy job. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It's a very, very hard job. But you are doing something worthwhile. I promise you that. I know all the parents over here and the school officials are going to very soon say goodbye to a fine group of seniors out there that have led the unit here for the last couple of years. So I just want to say thank you to all of you for having me here. I got a chance to meet every single one of you and find out a little bit about you. I think that the seniors, as they leave, it's going to be some big shoes to fill to the juniors, but I know you will live up to your expectations and the school's expectations and rise up. So thank you all very much. Thank you all over here on this side of the court. And I just want to say, I look forward to coming back, and I look forward to hopefully coming back again soon. Thank you very much.
Company commander, reform the company.
Aye, Commander. Company, all in.
Company commander, pass review.
Aye, Commander. Officer. Drop. Forward. Company, right. Hey.
As the company forms for the pass, I'm going to ask that everyone please rise for the passing of the colors. We'd also ask that you observe appropriate honors to the colors as they march by. Today, for reviewing officers, I'm asking the commander to be joined by our superintendent of schools for his passing review, and Mr. Wells is the NJROTC coordinator. I'm going to ask Senior Chief Borland also to get up here. This will be his last passing review since he's announced his retiring in June. We have many things to do yet, but I will surely miss you.
Pass in review. Company, up. Face.
Ms. Harris, front and center. Cadet Mariah Harris here won by rock, paper, scissors duel with Laura Holmes the right to read the benediction.
Almighty God, we pray you continue to provide us the grace and strength to continue to work hard in pursuit of our potential. We ask your guidance to continue our quest, do our best with the abilities you have blessed us with, not only in our daily activities, but also in our preparations at Oxford High School for life in the years ahead. This we humbly ask in your name, amen.
Few closing remarks before we end this. If I appeared remiss to mention a name earlier or missed acknowledging a presence now, please know that your cadets and these instructors deeply appreciate your presence and all your support to make a significant difference in all our lives. Thanks to Sean Doust and his wife Megan over there in the corner for providing the sound system again for the 10th straight year. Super job to both of you. Megan, you are still a champion. I'd like to extend my thanks to a good friend, a new friend, Mr. Tim Craig, who's the advisor of the National Honor Society, and his members of the NHS who have a special touch of class for us tonight by volunteering to usher for this event for the 12th straight year of mutual support. We'll help them again at their May induction ceremonies by ushering and providing a color guard. Thanks to another great friend of ours, Athletic Director John Del Durian, and spring softball and baseball coaches who gave us a very flexible response these couple of days to share the gyms, to do our dress rehearsals, and to prepare. I can't thank the custodial staff enough for what they pulled off today in making this place shine, and to have both day and night shift folks who went the extra mile preparing on a list of things so that we can enjoy the ceremony with minimal difficulty. Class act from all. Thanks to our supporting faculty, peers, and many on the OHS staff, and once again to the real and extended families supporting these kids. The success these cadets seek in the demanding range of special opportunities offered by this program is not possible without the sustained, genuine, creative, and enthusiastic initiatives of you all. Despite more challenges now than we've normally encountered, we continue to be optimistic. We do know we cannot both continue to say that. Let me try this again. We do know we cannot continue to both sustain and improve upon individual and team excellence without all of you. The real foundation upon which the success of this house in the Oxford District Village is built. On behalf of everyone of this national award-winning unit, I offer our deepest appreciation. Once the company is dismissed, you're cordially invited to join your cadets, and I would ask that all cadets remember the faster we break down the gear, the faster we all get to go home, so everyone lend a hand to the first lieutenant. Please join me once again in recognizing your Oxford cadets for their performance this evening and their success of this year, and hopefully for an 11th National Program Award this spring. We'll see most of you at the annual end of the year award ceremony in June at the Auburn Elks. Company Commander dismissed the Oxford Pirate Cadets.
Hi, Commander.
There's a story that my daddy tells religiously. Like